Welcome back to the Matrix. Matrix, you are the Matrix. How's it feel, Neo? And today we got ourselves a banger. Daily market news analysis. What is up? What is up? How's everyone feeling out of 10? Let me know down in the comments down below. Make sure you guys are spamming that like button, hitting the share so other people can spam that like button. People are freaking out, capitulating, being nasty. What have you done for me lately, Ski? What have you done for me lately? Not now, but what have you done for me lately? All right, let's get into it. As the time of recording, Bitcoin sitting at $99,179, and we had a pretty big crashing day today. No news, no narratives, no wars, no nothing. Just market makers doing market maker things. We're still holding the same structure here. And basically, we've been at the same range here for now 188 days. So is this it? Are we cooked? Are we cooked? Is it over? Help us, Ski. Bitcoin dominance. We do have the beard bed. Let me talk about the beard bed first of all. Check it out. We're going to talk about that right now. What I will do is if the criteria is met, which is daily body candle, below $95,000, I will pay my debts like a man. You do not have to ask. You do not need to comment on my videos about it. That check is cleared. All right, I will pay my debts like a man. 95K daily body clothes, and I will shave my beard. What I will not be doing, however, is prematurely shaving it because you have anxiety. Because you are uncomfortable. Because you cannot take the heat in the kitchen. The bet has been daily body candle below 95K. Here it is. I have it right here. It's been here since November 4th. We're about 10 days in. 28-day low. I'm giving myself wiggle room for wicks. Daily body candle. Daily, not a wick. Below 95K. Between now and December 2nd, I will shave my beard. You don't need to ask. If it happens, I don't deserve my beard, and no one will do it quicker than me. You need not worry. That check has cleared. But what is actually happening right now? What is actually happening? We're oversold on the daily right now for Bitcoin, and what I anticipate is a minimum test of the $110,000. Okay, that is the 200 moving average right now. That is what I anticipate the next 10 days. Okay, I do not think that we are going to lose this because we are at massive levels of capitulation to the likes of which I have not seen in a long time. This is not how bear markets start. I say it again, verily, I say unto thee, this is not how bear markets start. All right, everyone wants to buy the dip until we actually get the dip, and then it's, what have you done for me lately, Ski? As of the time we're recording right now, Bitcoin dominance is still just kind of flat right now. Put in a couple lower lows over here. I don't want to see this get taken out, but this is the line in the sand for me. 59.4%. In all likelihood, that is going to be testing that as Bitcoin works on an ABC correction. The interesting thing, though, about everything that took place today is almost everything was down at the same time. It wasn't even just crypto. It was gold. It was the Russell. It was the bond market. It was everything. Everything everywhere all at one time was down at the same time. Right now, gold, this is the one. So we put out that I thought that gold has topped. I am selling 40% of my gold. That is what I put out. We have not been higher for a second. But does that mean that gold is a meme coin and that gold is going to behave like a meme coin? No, it does not. So we bounced off of the 200 5-hour moving average. We've had a dead cat bounce to the 702 Fibonacci retracement. That is pretty much what we have expected. We've had a cross. We got overbought here for gold, and we've had a cross to the downside. That is a good early sign. Now, the thing that is really good as well that we're seeing in the markets is silver has basically put in an all-time high during the same time. While gold only retraced, silver put in an all-time high. What does that mean? What is that an indication of? It's an indication of what we've been talking about, which is rotation of capital. Silver basically is the altcoins of precious metals. So the fact that silver put in a new all-time high, got extremely overbought, and now has crossed the down on the 5-hour is a good sign. Now we got to get below this support over here, which is basically at the 200, which is $48, and the same thing is true for gold. And I don't anticipate gold to just fall off a cliff. If you're in my Telegram group, when was the last time I put out a gold short? I haven't been putting them out. Why? Because it's not a meme coin. It's going to do a proper distribution. This guy genuinely doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, then move on, bro. Move on. I can't wait to see your content, bro. I can't wait to see all the calls that you've gotten right. Because I got a laundry list. I got a laundry list. I have receipts. It says bro's making more sense than 99% of the market. Yeah, so the market's down today, but we're on top of critical support here. You know, Bitcoin at, it's basically been at the same level for a long time here. 187 days. Now, again, between 108 and 112, that's going to be major resistance for Bitcoin. And in fact, I don't anticipate us to get through it the first time that we touch it, for sure. We're likely going to get rejected off of the 200 here again. And we'll see where we go from there. But that is the first move that I anticipate Bitcoin to do, is making a push back to the 200. That doesn't mean today, that doesn't mean tomorrow, but that's what I anticipate. He's got 80 followers, so what's that tell you? Bitcoin going down to 35K by next year. Okay, short it then, bro. Short it all the way. You'll be rich. Short it all the way. Now, the weird one to me is Quant. Quant is just doing its own thing as it does. It has broken above the 200 moving average over here. It's testing it on the daily, but on the 5-hour chart, it's broken out of this. And it's been pretty much the only one that's done anything over this last, few days here. It's up 41% since the 4th of November. Pretty insane. So Quant kind of does its own thing. It did this in the bear market as well. In 2022, it was just randomly pumping by itself. Nothing else was with it. What y'all think? Is it possible markets dumping so XRP can get the liquidity? The markets are dumping because of, take the temperature of the room right now. That's all you need to know. Look at how nasty everyone is. Look at how, fed up everyone is. That's why the markets are dumping. Everyone always, you know how many times I heard, they're not going to let us all win. And to that I say, correct. Correctamundo. This is the price to be paid. For they're not all going to let us win. You are correct. This is the cost. Everyone wants life-changing dips until we get life-changing dips. Everyone, you know how many times people have told me, they're not going to let us all win? I said 100 times. I said 1,000 times. You are correct. Because people do not have the emotional intelligence. People do not have the emotional fortitude. People do not operate out of stoicism. They operate out of scarcity. They operate out of lack. They operate out of fear. And those get capitulated first. Period. Period. Psych, 10 out of 10. I love the pain. Give me more. I love the pain. Cheap coins everywhere. Yo, what up, Ski? Not looking good, my man. It's a red day. If we lose 95K, then, you know, I'll come on here like a man and pay my debts. And then I'll be looking to make shorts. There's money to be made either way you go. Hope you're feeling better, my brother in Christ. I'm feeling a little bit better today. I've been pretty sick this week. He says 10 out of 10. Smoked us all, bro. He knows what he's talking about. I appreciate all your advice. And you've been right a lot. Not every time I've been right. I've been wrong a couple times. But I have a damn good track record. And I'd put it against anybody. Anybody. Period. Anybody. Can you give me price predictions for AVAX? Thanks. I got you. Weekly close below 103. It's done for this cycle. According to who? It's the weekly closes on Sunday. The week is green right now for Bitcoin. Oh, this is quant. Never mind. That's a lie. The devil is a lie. So we're just on top of the 50-week moving average over here. Why is there so much pain? Why is there so much pain in the... What in the world? Why are these different? Why is there so much pain in the market? We're on top of the 50-week moving average. This is a critical level for Bitcoin. 103? No, that is not true. Like, according to who? According to who? Like, look at this body candle, bro. This is not a break below. The EMA is at 101. The EMA is literally at 101.16. You mentioned losing 103 was concerning for you. What's next level? 95, weekly or daily? It is concerning, but we'll see how the week closes. The weekly closes on Sunday. Even so, we would get a bounce to 107, 112, somewhere in there. Can you please give a short-term Bitcoin update in the next few hours? It's really overbought right now. Like, we can go on the 5-hour. We can see we're very, very overbought. We're getting a little bit of momentum here. It's going to be a battle to get back above this. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like this isn't going to be a battle. For sure it is. That's the 5-hour. On the 1-hour, we've got a cross to the upside. So we'll see. It's got extremely oversold here with a cross to the upside. When was the last time that happened? Right over here. Did we have a crazy rally out of there? No, not necessarily, but we did have a little bit. This is going to be a battle. We've been battling with this 200 for a while now, since basically 126. So we got to get back above it. We got to get scrunched together and get back on top of it. That's going to be a battle. Look at the weekly. I just looked at the weekly. We're on top of the 90. We're on top of the 50-week EMA. This is the hilarious part, is y'all don't understand the difference between a price and a body. Y'all don't understand the difference between where the price is and where the structure is. Where's the structure? So we can see the red line. Where's the price currently residing right now? $99,000, right? Where's the body? Here's the body. So where's the structure? Is this sloping? Is this 50-week sloping down? Or are we sloping up? You tell me. Like, y'all don't understand the difference between price and structure. And it shows. It's a 50. You need to look at it, bro. I'm telling you what's important. We lose this and you have my attention. Let me show you the last time we lost it. Over here. That's when we lost it. That's when it's over. Look at the difference in the structure of the 50-week moving average over here. Is this pointing up or is it pointing down? You let me know. This is 2021. Was the 50 flat when we tested it? Was it pointing down or was it pointing up? You let me know. Have we touched the 50 along the way? Yes, we have. Yes, we have. We touched it in the Japan. Macro uptrend. That's correct. When is it lost? When it was lost, it was pointing up. No, it was not. It was flat / down. Look at this. We lost it over here. This is when it was lost. It was flat. You can clearly see it was flat. This is nowhere near. This is vertical. I'm just giving you a hard time. You got a call out for how low it could wick. Don't we want to fill the 93 CME gap? Maybe. Like, are we going to fill the one at 1,000 too while we're at it? Like, where in the 10 commandments of crypto is it thou shalt fill every single CME gap? Is there a CME gap at 92K? Yes. There's also one at 30K. There's also one at 1K. There's also one at $30. Are we filling them all out or what? Maybe. Maybe. Ain't nobody calling for higher. I know that. But retail's always correct. Ain't nobody calling for higher, but retail's always correct. Right? Are you shaving your beard? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, 95 daily body clothes, and I will shave my beard. Here is the tweet right here. I'm giving myself wiggle room for wicks. Daily body candle. Not a wick. Daily body candle below 95K between now and December 2nd, and I will shave my beard. And if that happens, you're not going to have to remind me. I'm going to know. You won't have to ask. It's going to be gone. Here's what I won't do, though. I'm not going to prematurely shave it because you have anxiety. I'm not going to premature shavulation because you can't handle all that. All right? I have criteria. If criteria gets met, you don't have to worry. The cash is checked. The check is cleared. You don't have to ask me. It'll be gone because I don't deserve to wear it anyways. He had a tweet ready. I know, because like people keep commenting on all my posts as if I haven't been clear and concise about what the criteria is. I can't see you without a beard. Listen, I bet my beard many times. I'm certain one day I will bet my beard and I will be wrong. But every time that I bet it thus far, my beard has kept growing. My beard has kept growing. We have 18 days. Bro, listen, I'm not playing your anxiety games. I told you what's important. I've been in this game a decade. You go on your channel and do whatever you think is important. Don't sit here and tell me what's important. I know what's important. I've been in this game for a decade. I have receipts. What are you betting? Daily body candle, 95K. Between now and December 2nd will not happen or I will shave my beard. Between Solana, Ethereum, Chainlink, which would you say has the most upside at the moment? What's your timeline? What's your timeline? You're shaving that shit off. Okay, then. Maybe. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it anyways, but I want you to keep the same energy. 6 months, probably Chainlink. Keep that same energy. And I want you to give me my flowers with the same level of veracity when December 2nd gets here. Did we lose the 50-week? No, we have not. We have not. Did you get nervous? How low you think Solana goes in the bear market? Probably 100. Listen, either I'm a legend or I don't deserve it anyways. And if I don't deserve it, guess what? You're not going to see me wearing it. You ain't got to ask me. Do you think November will still be bullish? What do you think is causing the pullback? Look, take temperature of the chat right now. Just observe. Just neutrally observe the chat. Neutrally observe TikTok. Neutrally observe Twitter. What do you see? That's right. A lot of fear. So why the pullback? It goes back to what everyone's been telling me for the entire time I've been making content. They can't make us, they won't let us all win. And what did I say to that? What did I say to that? You are correct. They won't. Everyone can win, not everyone will. Why will not everyone win? Because they do not have the emotional fortitude. They do not have the emotional intelligence to recognize what fear looks like. They do not have the emotional fortitude to know what capitulation looks like. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. But I'm going to take a quick second to thank my sponsor for this live stream. Real quick, I want to thank my sponsor. Oops. Real quick, I want to thank my sponsor for the day, VWorld. VWorld is the ultimate self-custody VeChain wallet. You can create your own wallet, import existing wallets, browse dApps built on VeChain, manage your own assets, download the wallet today, hit that link in my bio, and enjoy the power of freedom and sovereignty. Thank you, VWorld, for sponsoring this live session. All right. When was that? 25 minutes. We can't hear it. Lagging. Did you guys hear that on YouTube? Is VWorld linked to VeChain? It is. It's the wallet. It's like Exodus or Phantom. All right. The audio was turned off for the sponsored video. Okay. Says that's badass. You guys can hear it on YouTube? Okay, cool. Shave the beard? I will. 95K daily body candle, and I will shave my beard. Not a second before then. Not a second. Not because you have anxiety. Not because you can't handle the heat in the kitchen. Alex is seeming bearish. He probably is. Best ROIs. Solnick. The whales know what's up. I like VeChain as well. I wouldn't have done a sponsored video with them if I didn't like VeChain. Shave the beard. Brother, 95 daily body, and I will. I'm not going to shave it because you have anxiety. I'm not going to prematurely shave it. I have the tweets right here. Right here. Daily body candle below 95K between now and December 2nd. I will shave my beard. I'm not shaving it a second before because you have anxiety. I'm not doing it. I have criteria. You don't have to ask me. If it happens, you don't have to ask me because guess what? I don't deserve it. It'll be gone. You ain't got to worry. You ain't got to ask me. You ain't got to worry. It'll be gone. But what I'm not going to do is come on here and prematurely shave it because you have anxiety. I won't be doing that. What's the lowest fear and greed has ever been? Let's see. I don't remember. Pretty close. FTX. No, Luna was at 8. According to alternative.me. And then also, when was this? This was lower than 16. It's not giving me the exact date, though. So, March. I think it got in the teens. But it's not telling me. March of 25. Those are the lowest 2 points according to alternative.me. What about... let's see. What does CoinMarketCap have it as? They have it as 22 today. That's insane. The lowest we ever got, according to CoinMarketCap, was 310 in April. But they haven't been tracking it the entire time, though. So April was the lowest that CoinMarketCap ever has it. March. Still bearish on Filecoin. Filecoin's been doing really good. Long-term bear market, bull market, it doesn't matter. The tech is here to stay, 100%. It says the whales know what's up. Public Ledger says most of the whales sold in 2024/2025 already. Okay, so are they going to sell more? If they already sold, are they selling more? You let me know, bro. Do you think we finished the year strong or weak? I think we finished strong. What's your opinion on XRP? I think XRP is solid. Buy more Solnick. But it was at 30 cents a year ago. You know what I mean? Or 50 cents. So I'm cool with my bag of XRP. I sold 40% at 333 after I bought at 30 cents. Why is 95K so important? Level, please explain. It's a clear loss. Because I understand how this game is played. The market maker will go to whatever level is psychological. That's what happens. So if 100K, for instance, is a psychological level for a lot of people, which we can clearly see that it is, right? You take the temperature of the room, you can clearly see that people have already capitulated. Right? So what do the market makers do? They go to wherever traders, wherever retail has these critical levels, and then it goes above it and it goes below it. Again and again and again. And people keep getting juked out by Barry Sanders again and again and again. And people keep getting crossed over by Allen Iverson again and again and again. So why is it 95? Why is that the level? Because it gives you grace on the actual level. Hopefully that makes sense. What if Bitcoin dominance never comes down? Then something is different. Something's different this time. People are clamoring for the 4-year cycle, but then saying it's the same, but it's different. It says if the Moon Boys can just shut up for one, we can continue the bull market. I agree. Are we cooked? I don't think so. Andre says, Ski, you're a legend. Can't believe you don't have more subs and viewers. You definitely deserve it. Only crypto YouTuber that doesn't flip-flop every 5 minutes besides you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. I practice what I preach. I like to hear it. This is the bottom we hold. You still have a beard? Oh my god, bro. Have we closed below 95K? You answer your question first. Like, you can see it right here, brother. You can see the tweet. I cannot change. I cannot manipulate when I tweeted this. You can see when it was tweeted. What do you see? What number are we at right now? What number is the bet? You don't have to ask me about it. If we get that, you're not going to have to ask me. It's going to be gone. You won't have to ask me, I can assure you. You won't have to ask me. That's because Ski goes off of data, not emotions. I'll check in tomorrow when it drops to 93. Okay, but I want you to check in when it doesn't too. Don't just have the energy one way. Have it both ways. Right? Keep the same energy both ways. So fine. Come at me tomorrow. I want you to ruthlessly laugh. If I come on here with no beard, please do. But keep the same energy tomorrow too. Both ways. All right? Have you been buying? I've been trading a lot. What the soul? Yep, 7.5 cents the bull run. If we get daily body 95K, I'm conceding to both. That's why I bet at 95K, because people wanted to say that it was over, and I gave people a number where it's over. That's really what the bet is for. That's really why it's... Are you live with Alex tomorrow? No, Alex has something going on. He won't be live, but I'll be live. Alex says it's best to sell and rebuy next year sometime. We'll see. You think ICP is a good buy now? Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty solid, right? So, like, okay, here's my advice if you're investing into crypto right now. Okay? Here's the thing to do. Here's what you should always do. Right? Never invest with your rent money. Never invest with your mortgage. Any of that stuff. That's number one. Whether we're in a bull market, a bear market, or somewhere in between, at every point in time, you should always have the understanding before you invest a single dollar that you might be holding this for 3 years. Always. And if you can check both of those boxes, it's as good a time as any. It says, I sold all my ICP file. That's good. I mean, ICP, I mean, it's back down a lot, but it went up to, I mean, it did like a 5x. That's a smart thing to do. Everyone's scared I'm dollar cost averaging. That's the best thing to do. Always. Always, always the best thing to do. My conviction hasn't changed long term. Me either. Me either. Not for a second. Near bearish market starting now. Okay, that's a fair assessment. You want to say that? That's sure. We're at a critical level. I'm not going to act like that's not true. That's a fair assessment, right? That's a fair way of looking at it based off of data, logic, reason, without being emotional. Are we near a critical level? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's a fair assessment. That's the fairest assessment that I've seen tonight. Do you think end of year will be higher than where we are today? Yes, I do. This is the fourth. This is the fourth time we've hit 99K. I think we hold again. We've been on top of this same range here for 188 days. That doesn't mean it's a permanent wall, but it means it's a solid one. Getting August 2024 vibes, bro. I could not agree more. I could not agree more. Now, the weird thing that's happened on TradingView is they have retroactively changed this wick over here. That's weird to me. Okay? I'm not going to act like that's not weird. That's weird. I don't like that they did that. Because this wick was all, we know this wick was all the way down here. And they have retroactively changed this this October 10th crash. I don't like that they did that. But to your point, I agree. I agree with you. We have a fractal here. Let's line this up as perfectly as we can. So that was this is the this is August 2024, the same time frame. So I pulled this fractal from over here. This is the data from right here, right? So from February 2024, you have your big run up and then just grueling with the previous all-time high. This was a miserable, miserable time in crypto because people had so much hope only to have the rug pulled. So much hope only to have the rug pulled. So much hope. Capitulation was the Japan rate cuts. We crashed. We lost a critical level of support. $56,000, right? We were chopping on top of the, you could call it 60, 58,000. We were there and we lost it violently, only to violently reclaim it. People got their hopes up and then they lost all hope again right in here. This was probably the worst moment in crypto, was August and September. It just like in the dumps, massive, massive capitulation. So I have the fractal of the big run up over here. And you can see some of the same points. This liquidation should be down to this level. I don't know why TradingView has changed this liquidation. I don't like that. That's weird. But this is the point where we would expect some sort of bounce here. And then we would expect to start putting in higher highs and higher lows. There's going to be a lot of resistance here at 108, 112 for sure. It's not going to be a straight line. It's going to be a battle. Close to shaving bet. Yes, that's right. You are close. You are correct. Close. Close, but no cigar. That's like telling your lady, I was close to making you finish. That's inappropriate. You let me know when it happens. I don't want to hear about no close. I almost had you, bro. I don't want to hear about none of that. I almost had you, bro. I don't want to hear about none of that. Says it's crazy, Ski. The market doesn't owe us anything, but macro plus TA doesn't lie. We are so close. Indeed. 100%. This is the second higher low since October 10th. Close only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes. Yeah, bro, people want me to prematurely shave when I have clearly outlined the criteria. I'm not doing no premature shavulation. It's not happening. If the criteria is met, you're not going to have to ask me. It'll be gone. It will not. I will not, because you have anxiety, be shaving prematurely. It's not happening. The stock market was bleeding today. Everything was down. The Dow Jones was down. Precious metals were down. Bitcoin, crypto was down. Definitely peculiar. Are you worried about the beard? No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried for a second. Either, you know why I'm not worried? Because either I'm a legend, and I can truly say that I'm the only one that was bullish in the heat of battle, and I had real stakes on the line, and I'm a legend for it, or I don't deserve it anyways. And I'm at peace with that. Ski's beard has survived at least another 24 hours. That's right. Everything down because the Fed will have data available tomorrow. Yeah, they were definitely hawkish on the last meeting for sure. What's the Russell look like? The Russell was down today as well. So that's the weird thing. Is like, it's not even just Bitcoin and crypto. It was the Russell was down. It was gold, silver were down. It was the Dow Jones was down. The S&P was down. Everything was down today. Employment going to be very bad? Could be. Says I was also right. I had no idea what was going to happen. Yeah. Ski, is it over? Alex is selling everything. Which Alex? Employment bad equals good because that means lower interest rates. I have no idea. I have no idea. Listen, that's not my area. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that's my area. I look at charts. I have no idea about what the employment numbers mean for the Fed. I'm not a Fed market analyst. That's not what I do. Bitcoin testing 88K. Okay, then short it, bro. What's the orange line indicator? That's from 2024. Right here. That's from right there. And to me, I like it a lot too because the vibes are very much the same. They're very much in the dumps. Right? This was the worst time in crypto. The absolute worst time in crypto. Are we DCing? I think so. In your experience, is it possible to go to 90K and then just carry on bull market or not? Anything is possible in this market. This market is crazy, but it's not likely. Except it Pete's at least 6 months. Is it? Who's changing the goalpost, bro? It feels like you never flip bearish. That's not true. I've been bearish on a lot of things for many, many times. I flip bearish publicly. Listen, here's the deal. It's a good point. For Bitcoin specifically, I've been bearish on so many coins, it's not even funny. Bitcoin specifically, what you're confusing is I am slow moving and I don't move with the wind. If you want me to come on here and change how I feel because the price is up 2, 3, 5, 10% or down 2, 3, 5, 10%, this is the wrong channel. It's just the wrong channel. I will not change how I feel because of a little price action. I flipped bearish in 2021 publicly, video evidence. I sold all of my crypto around 50K Bitcoin. I flipped publicly bullish when FTX collapsed. I said I would shave my head if we went lower. That's when I flipped bullish. The war in Israel was when I was, because I'll be lying to you if I wasn't confidently bullish there. I was confidently bullish with the war in Israel. And I have been bullish ever since. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Let's go to a good chart here. This yellow line is the 50-week moving average. If we are on top of that, we are in a bull market. If we are below it, we are in a bear market. Now, I understand you're going to miss some price action with that. I got it. I got it. This flip bullish, March of 2023. And that's where we have been. We are nowhere close. Okay? The first thing that this needs to start doing, this yellow line, for us to lose it historically, is it needs to flatten out. This is too vertical, in my opinion, to lose it right now the first time testing it. We are testing it right now. This is a critical level. For sure, this is a critical level. This is too vertical, however, in my opinion, for us to lose it right now. So if it feels like I never flip bearish, so that's Bitcoin specifically. I've been bearish on plenty of coins. I sold 40% of my XRP December of 2024 publicly with video evidence, and everyone laughed at me. I've been publicly bearish on plenty of coins along the way, but Bitcoin is the king. Bitcoin is the granddaddy of them all. Skis charting only in crypto makes 0 sense. Bro, the devil is a lie. Every day I look at gold. Every day I look at the Dow Jones. Every day I look at the Russell. Bro's got his hand all up in the Kool-Aid and has no clue what the flavor is. The devil is a lie. Like, what are you talking about? I'm selling 40% of my gold. We haven't went higher for a second. Not for a second have we went higher on gold. Every day I come on here and chart the Russell, gold, the Dow Jones, the DXY, silver. What are you talking about? Get your hands out of my Kool-Aid and make your own. Bro walked up into my house, stuck his hand in my jar of Kool-Aid, stirred it around, didn't even wash it. You nasty. Get your hands out of my Kool-Aid. Please don't fail me, Ski. As long as there's blood in my veins, I will never, ever, ever stop pushing and developing and creating. Never. Never. All right, but we're going to thank the sponsor one more time, and then we'll get into some of your guys' questions. Real quick, I want to thank my sponsor for the... What the heck? Did I press it twice? Real quick, I want to thank my sponsor for the day, vWorld. vWorld is the ultimate self-custody VeChain wallet. You can create your own wallet, import existing wallets, browse dApps built on VeChain, manage your own assets, download the wallet today, hit that link in my bio, and enjoy the power of freedom and sovereignty. Thank you, vWorld, for sponsoring this live session. All right, thanks for vWorld for sponsoring this live stream. No sound on TikTok. All right, I'll fix that for tomorrow. I don't know what the deal is with that. Bitcoin top price this cycle. My target since 2022 when we were at 16K have been 48K, 118, 138, 207. Those have been my targets since 2022. Brought to you by the letter Y. Are you still bearish on XRP with the ETFs? I'm not bearish on XRP, but I was bearish at $3.33. It wasn't even that I was necessarily bearish. Listen, XRP is my second largest holding. I sold 40% back in December. I'm not bearish. This is a decent setup, actually. We got to get back above 260 here. But, like, I accumulated XRP over here. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard for me to sit here and look at XRP and just be pounding my fist about it and just pretend like it didn't do a 10x. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why am I chilling, right? Because, like, I followed my rules and I realized gains along the way. I sold 40. I accumulated this for 5 years. 5 years, XRP gave you 30 cents. For 5 years, it gave you this price. And I accumulated for 5 years. And then I sold 40%. I did that publicly. So, like, I don't mind XRP here. It's fine. I'm not excited to buy it for me personally because I have plenty. I'm good with my bag. I'm good with doing absolutely nothing and being patient. And I'm good with waiting for it to go to the next leg and then take more profits there too. If XRP gets back into the $1.33 range, then I might consider adding a bigger position on it. But I'm good with my XRP position. Not bearish. You knew it was overbought. Yeah, like the fundamental, like macro, like I think XRP is going to be fine for the next 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Quant seems to be moving. Quant is moving, and Quant is like a weird one where it just does its own thing. It's done this throughout the bull market and the bear market. When you selling silver, you could sell. Listen, to be honest, my target for silver is $78. I feel perfectly fine selling silver here too because my price on silver is like $20. I haven't sold my silver yet. Partially because like I like silver so much. It's really like personal, like why I haven't sold it. But I did sell 40% of my gold at, I think it was $4,300. I don't remember what the exact price was. Gold is silver is overbought enough to where you could definitely justifiably take profit on silver. I haven't done that. I'm fine just holding silver either way. I'm fine round tripping silver. That's fine with me. It definitely is overbought enough to take profit, and it's definitely at a critical level to take profit. And my price is like in here. So I think my average price on silver is like $18, $19. So by my own rules, I should take profit on silver. Because anytime you double, especially on a precious metal, you should definitely take profit. Can gold go above the high? Is it possible? It's 100% possible that gold can go above the high. 100%. Here's the deal. Gold is not a meme coin. And I said this from the very beginning when I tweeted this. I said I'm selling 40% of my gold. You can see when I tweeted it. Like, we have not went higher for a second. Not for a second. Not for a second have we went higher on gold. Does that mean that we will never go higher? No, it does not. Okay? So, what I said when I said this, what I expected would not happen was that gold was going to do one of these numbers. Okay? At no point did I say that gold is a meme coin and it's just going to go to zero. No, never. Gold is the oldest asset in the world. Okay? And you would definitely expect more traditional distribution. What in the world? Get out of here. Out of gold. For sure, you would expect traditional distribution out of gold. Okay, what does that look like? Oh my God, get out of here. I'm just going to save the picture because these guys are... What in the world? No, I don't want to subscribe. Where is the exit? Get out of here, bro. All right, I'm just going to save the image because this is insane. So this is traditional distribution. I think we've gotten the buying climax on gold. Now, I don't think that you're just going to get a, like, pin top, blow off top out of gold. I don't predict that. But in traditional distribution, you would get an upthrust and you would get a UTAD. That's definitely possible for gold. Definitely. That is certainly possible for gold to do just like that. But the buying climax to me was clearly in. And check it out. Like, you could do this. You could do like a UTAD and do one of these. That's all you need out of gold to get rotation. That is distribution. What is distributing? It's dispersing the wealth. Changing hands. So I'm saying that this is the buying climax. We'll see how that behaves. Right? We'll see how it behaves. That's the buying climax. That's the climax of buying. That's the most euphoric moment that you're going to get. By the way, we got that for sure. It doesn't mean you don't go higher, though. Get the razor ready, brother. Okay, but get my flowers ready, too. Get my flowers ready, too. TikTok has perfect audio. Do you think we have a V-shaped recovery in a few days? It's very possible. You know how violent and volatile crypto is. Like, you've been here long enough to know. You've been here long enough to know. So to answer your question, this is a scenario where gold could go higher. And that would still be a topping structure. Andrea says, the day gold was breaking all-time highs and everyone around the world was rushing to buy gold, Ski literally said on his live that he's selling 40% of his gold as soon as the stream is done. And I did. And I did. And I don't regret it. I'm grateful for it. Can you explain what is the death cross? Oh, man, that was a good one. Crypto cannot make up its mind what direction it wants to go. See, that's a more fair analysis. And I would agree. It's just, it's battling is what it is. It's battling with a critical level. Love you, Ski, but 92K is coming. Okay. We will see. Can you name 1 to 2 books that taught you crypto and charting, please? Thanks. That taught me charting. Is that what you're asking me? The death cross is a super lagging indicator. I think we go into 94K, but only on a wick. Won't close there. We will see. Maybe. All right. Oh, somebody asked me about. I keep forgetting to do AVAX. My bad, bro. Ski, how confident are you that we don't drop to 95K? On a wick or on a body close? On a wick, not that. We could definitely do that. On a body close, pretty damn. Are you scared because of the bet? I'm not, bro. I ain't never scared. I've been to Iraq, bro. I got bombed every day for 9 months. I ain't scared. I've been to SEER school. You can't shake me. You won't find me capitulating. I can assure you that. All right. Same thing for AVAX. Is that a critical level for AVAX as well? This is at the bottom of the range here. It's founded as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches here. So I would expect it to bounce from here. It's over bought on the daily, or excuse me, oversold on the daily with a cross to the upside. We would expect at least a retrace to about $10 billion market cap for AVAX. Bitcoin to 50K. Okay. What's it going to take? How are you feeling? I'm feeling fantastic. 10 out of 10. How are you feeling? Ski, how low did we wake today? I think 98 something. I'm not entirely sure. $98, almost even. Teach me what taught you to be a good trader. Discipline. Consistency. There's no substitute for any. There's no magic wand. There's no magic book, ebook. None of that. It doesn't exist. I can teach you every indicator in the world. If you're not disciplined, if you're not emotionally disciplined, if you're not consistent, if you're not ruthlessly consistent, ruthlessly disciplined, and a sniper with your emotional intelligence, none of that matters. If you're all three of those things, you could be successful with literally any thing. Those are the prerequisites. You need to be ruthlessly emotionally disciplined. You need to be ruthlessly disciplined. You need to be ruthlessly consistent. Does selling your bags mean to capitulate? If you sell your bags before a bear market? No. If you sell when we're at 90 greed, that's not capitulating. That's smart. Like when I sold my XRP at $3.33, that wasn't capitulating. We were extremely overbought. If you sell your bags, however, because you're scared, that's capitulating. If you sell your bags into fear and into oversold, that's capitulating. There's a difference between taking profits because you're in profits and selling because you are afraid. There's a difference between selling because it was your plan of action to do when you made your investment and criteria was hit for you to stick to your plan, or selling because you're afraid. If you're selling because it was your plan of action that you made when you made the investment, that's not capitulating. That's smart. If you're selling your bags because you are afraid, that's capitulating. That is the difference. You will not see me make decisions out of fear. I promise you that. On my mama. On my hood. On everything, bro. I put that on Diddy, bro. All right, guys. Real quick, I want to thank my sponsor for the day, V-World. V-World is the ultimate self-custody VeChain wallet. You can create your own wallet, import existing wallets, browse dApps built on VeChain, manage your own assets, download the wallet today, hit that link in my bio, and enjoy the power of freedom and sovereignty. Thank you, V-World, for sponsoring this live session. I see what happened. Okay, we're good. All right. But that's going to be it for this time. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. I'll be live tomorrow about the same time. Hopefully a little bit earlier. Hopefully about 5 p.m. Central Time. Hopefully I like stream too advanced. I know, bro. It's too advanced even for me. I don't even know the metadata. On my mama, on my hood, bro. You will not see me capitulate. Never. I will never sell because I am afraid. Because you're not going to find me afraid. All right, guys. That's going to be it for this time. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. I'm out.